Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your girlfriend Shoutout here, and today I'm back finding every Cheesecake Factory in the world. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright, classic Cheesecake Factory outing next to a Barnes& and Noble, it looks like. Booksellers, ooh, license plate checks. A lot of white license plates. I think I saw a different color, though, at some point back here. Nope, it must have been different coverage or something, or I don't know. DSG, we have Kura Sushi revolving, American flag. Welcome. Thank you. Okay, we are getting to a license plate lot. I'm seeing a lot of like dark yellow license plates, which makes me think New York, I think. David's Bridal. Sleep number West 347. The Hamlet. Huh, what am I thinking here? I feel like Cheesecake Factory is one of those places that I've been to like a few times, like not a whole bunch because it is expensive. And they have like a huge menu, so I'm like, there's so many options and stuff there. Fortunoff, let's see. Smith Haven Mall, Stony Brook is New York, I think. Village on Lake Grove. Okay. I think with like the license plates in the Stony Brook, I'm like feeling pretty confident that it's New York. I don't know where in New York that is though. I'm looking for maybe one of the bigger like green signs that tells me like not this road one, but like, oh, you're like, X amount of miles from this city. Or, like Boston is this way. So maybe I'll go down this road once. Oh, nope, it disappeared. Okay. um we have a diner here. Maybe it has information. Lake Grove Diner? Is that what this is? Lake Grove Diner? Okay. I don't know where Lake Grove is, though. This is definitely not the city. So, let's zoom in a little bit. I feel like New York, it's gonna be, like, somewhere, like, not New York City. um... So I've narrowed it down to that. So hopefully we get a pretty decent-ish score. I'm trying to find like a city name, and I know it keeps saying like Stony Brook and Lake Grove. I'm like low-key, I don't know where those are. So if we can get like a bigger city name that maybe I will know the location of. Or just like one of those signs that says like, oh, X miles away. Like up here it says something, but the coverage changes. Oh, okay. Stony Brook and Setauket. I don't know where Setauket is either. And New York is a huge state, so I'm like, low-key I could scan for Stony Brook, but also at the same time, I don't think I will. I see a Stop and Shop, so gas station 349. That's kind of a lot, no? Mark Tree Road. Alright. I'm gonna like scan for information for like one-ish more minute, and if not, I'm just gonna like have it plonked in the middle. Let me actually look for what was the name of it was like Stony Brook. Let me actually look for that. Just see if it pops up on this far out of a zoom. And if not, then I will do one more zoom in and look. And if I'm missing it, like if I'm scanning and you see it, please feel free to comment it down below. Stony Brook, Stony Brook. Well, if it was here, I would not be able to guess here. So hopefully Stony Brook is not within this square. Oh, okay. Well, it went away. I don't know. Glens Falls, Brattingham, Beaver Falls. Philadelphia. Did not know there's a Philadelphia in New York. That is new information. Alright, I can't find it, so I'm gonna go just here, kind of like in the middle of upstate New York. Oh my gosh. We're in Long Island? Well, I did not get the Long Island vibes there, so I guess we were there. Okay, this is the Potomac Mills. I feel like there's a river, the Potomac River. Where is the Potomac River? Hopefully it's named after that. I'm like, it is something I've definitely heard of before. McDonald's. Oh wait, did we find the Cheesecake Factory even? Hold on, let me go back to the start. Okay, this seems like a smaller cheese factory than normal. I know it still looks like a huge restaurant, but like normally I feel like Cheesecake Factories are like gigantic. Okay, McDonald's. We're in like the drive-through. We're about to order. What am I looking for? Like license plates, maybe a city name, state name. Right lane. 700 something area code. U-Haul. Speed limit. Oh, we're like in the parking lot. Can I not be in the parking lot? Okay. Presbyterian Church. Potomac Mills. IKEA. I love IKEA. Oh my gosh. Hey. Not an IKEA in a Cheesecake Factory video. But there's not that many IKEAs as there are Cheesecake Factories in the US, so definitely maybe this will help. Potomac. I could like scan the US for like the Potomac River, but I'm like, there's a lot of rivers in the US. That does not seem like an efficient use of my time if I don't know where it is. Looking for information on the state and the like license plates. 703. Keep seeing like 703. 2 for $4.99. Do 10. 804. There's like hotels and gas stations and stuff. Prince William. Ooh, there's like the water tank thing. I feel like that's gonna have a city name, right? Caton. Longhorn Steakhouse, DSG. What is the water tank saying? Service Authority. Well, that doesn't really have as much information as I would hope. I feel like I've made kind of just like one big circle. There's a Total Wine, a FedEx. Wow, they just have like every store you could ever need within this like couple mile radius. Panda Express. Okay, it sent me backwards. I guess I will go this way. I still don't have like a clear idea of like a state. I'm like, Ohio ever? I feel like people are screaming in the comments like, here's where the Potomac River is. And I'm like, low-key, I don't know where it is, and I could scan for it, but the US is very large. I know we're in the US for sure, because I think that most or all of the Cheesecake Factory locations are in the US. Manassas, I don't know that city. What am I looking for? Ooh, there's like a blue sign. Okay, adopt a highway, IKEA, Cardinals. So, if there's a picture of the Cardinals, is it ever like St. Louis? St. Louis? St. Louis Cardinals, like, you know, the team? That is the best clue I've had so far. Let me look at the river. This is the Mississippi River. Okay. We also have the Missouri River kind of meeting the Mississippi River over here. Is the Potomac nearby? No. Kentucky, Ohio River. Wow, all the rivers, Mississippi, Missouri, Ohio, all meeting up here. I'm gonna have it there for now because I'm like, that is like the best clue for a state I've found so far. I feel like we're in a residential area now, so maybe not as good of an area as before where I was like near a bunch of like stores and stuff. Maybe I should return to start. Okay, yeah, that is a good sign to return to start. All right, let's look at the license plates and get a little bit better idea. A lot of them seem to be like white with like no distinctive, like, you know, like Georgia peach, Florida orange, whatever. I saw one like dark yellow license plate, but that seemed to be uncommon. We have a little Star Wars sticker here. AMC Bahama Breeze. Potomac Mills. I'm like, I know this is like a big river. Do I start scanning for it? Or maybe it's not even named after the river. You know, it could just be called Potomac. That could just be like the name. 703 Burger King. Stop. Sorry for the hiccup. 703 area code. %20 off. Wow. The Potomac River is somewhere. Public storage. Okay, international market. Pawning shop. Okay, this should have a lot of signs at this intersection. If I don't find information here, I think I'll just like hazard a guess somewhere based on vibes, because I'm like, I could just like, I'll try to do better in the next rounds where I am doing better with the information. Adopt a highway, Virginia? Does it say Virginia Department? Ooh, a little bit blurry. Something Department of Environmental Safety. That looks like it might spell out Virginia, right? Is there a Potomac River in Virginia? Let me find, this is Virginia, so where are the rivers? York River, James River, Roanoke River, Smith Mountain Lake, not a river. Ooh, Potomac River. Hold on. Cooking? Okay, hold on. Return to start. So we at least found the right river. I'm like hoping that it's named Potomac Mills because it's near the Potomac River. And I think that sign said Virginia something, but it was a little bit like undistinctive. Like I couldn't clearly make out the letters because of like how far away we were. I'm kind of just gonna go somewhere along the river, like maybe in a bigger city. I'll go like near King George, and hopefully we're close by. Perfect, I will take it. 4.7, we are in a town called Potomac Mills, which was the name of the shopping center. Okay. Ooh, okay, Cheesecake Factory here. Live Casino, Zinn Burger. Okay, we're in a place with a casino, so I feel like some states you're not allowed to have casinos, so maybe this will be distinctive. Burlington Coat Factory. Huge parking lot. So many license plates. Okay, we are moving very fast. I'm like, low-key, I want to get out of the parking lot so I can get more information. Oh my gosh, that's a medieval times. Hello. If you've never heard of medieval times, it's kind of like a place where you go to, like, I don't know if they have locations outside of the US, but it's a place where you go to, like, eat food and then, like, watch people, like, joust and stuff and, like, you know, like, fight, but it's like acting, so it's not, like, you know, like, real, but it's, like, kind of cool to be, like, you know, the vibe of, like, you're eating your food and you're, like, you know, watching people, like, fight, but you're rooting for your specific team, so you're seated in, like, specific sections, and only one night wins per, like, you know, performance per day or whatever. So whatever time you go, if you ever do go to medieval times, I hope that your section wins. Or if you've never been to medieval times, maybe now you want to go based on my description. Or maybe you never want to go based on my description. But yeah, medieval times, I feel like there's a bunch of locations all over the US. I don't know if it exists elsewhere, but yeah, it's kind of like a fun, just like, go hang out with your friends and just like vibe there. Okay, we are near casino with all these different stores. Books a Million. I feel like I haven't seen a Books a Million in a while. Okay, we're in Olive Garden. I think we're going back into the parking lot. I'm like low key. I was doing better before about not being in the parking lot. Casino. Right lane. I would like some information on the state, the city. Something does not say casino, hopefully. Residence Inn, Hampton Inn. Okay. None of those are super, super helpful. We'll go down the road a little bit. I feel like as we get further away from like the store area, complex area thing, like hopefully we can get more info. So some places in medieval times, I feel like there is not too many locations. Like I know that there's like definitely more than like a few, but Arbors at Arundel Preserve. Also, speaking of Cheesecake Factory, let me know if you like cheesecake down below. Is it a common dessert where you're from? Do a lot of people like it? I feel like cheesecake is very like divisive. Like some people like the texture, some people don't. I'm not like the hugest fan of it, but it's like okay. All right. We've got Washington and Baltimore. Okay. So, Baltimore is in Maryland. Washington's here. Perhaps we're somewhere nearby, like 295 Palisades, Arundel. Am I looking for a place called Arundel, kind of between or around these? Arundel, 295, 695, 495, 395, everything but 295. I'm like, 495, 195, 895. Okay, we have 1 and 395, but not 295. I'm gonna go kind of just between Baltimore and Washington. I mean, we found a sign for both, so I don't think we're gonna be too far off, but yeah, let's see how I do. All right, not bad. We got 4.9, very, very good score there. I think that's our second location that's been by Baltimore / DC. Okay, Cheesecake Factory bar. This is such an interesting, like, outside to the Cheesecake Factory. Like, it feels different than most Cheesecake Factory outings I've seen. Like, I'm sure you've noticed from, like, the other rounds, or maybe, like, if you've just been to Cheesecake Factory before, it's kind of usually, like, a tan / gold outside, and, like, it has, like, the red logo and everything. So, this is interesting to me. All right, license plate checks. Loop 12, northwest. Okay. Ooh, flags. Hold on. There is a U.S. flag. Bank of Texas. So, Texas ever? We know where Texas is. I'm going to have it in DFW right now, but we're going to look for more information because Texas is still a large state, and I'd like to get at least like maybe like a county, maybe like a big city nearby. Oh, we're in the tunnel, like under a highway. Okay. All good there. This is a lot of information, but those are all street names, so I don't know if that'll be too helpful. SMU campus. What is that? What college is that? I don't know SMU. I-Station. Northwest Highway, North Park Boulevard. See, a lot of these have like street names or something, like, something lane or boulevard. I'm like, where's the, city name? Oh, we're on like a person tracker. Chipotle. The old Chipotle logo. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I have not seen that in forever. Like, I don't even know if any Chipotles have that anymore. Don't know how old this coverage is, but like, wow. Look at that old Chipotle logo. Okay. McDonald's. What am I looking for? Ellum? Deep Ellum. Isn't Ellum in DFW? I feel like that is a city. Or like, you know, like a neighborhood there. Let's see. Tacos. H&R Block. The coverage is getting like a little hazy now. I'm like, hopefully it clears up a little bit. HTX. Is that ever Houston, Texas? It says HTX material handling. I mean, that could just be like, you know, stand for something else. So maybe it stands for Houston. Do I just go with it? I think I'm just going to plonk it in the middle of Houston. We'll see how we do. Okay, I should have stuck in DFW. Looks like this is where the Cheesecake Factory was, near the Bank of Texas and everything we saw. All right. So we got the right state there, but not the right city. It should have stuck on my gut. I guess HTX was just not Houston, Texas. It was just a name. Alabama Interstate. Okay, Alabama. Where is the cheesecake? Barnes & Noble, Jared. I feel like the cheesecake is going to be like over here somewhere. That feels like a Cheesecake Factory to me. Nope, that is something Italiana. But the Cheesecake Factory is right here. Okay, perf. See, this is like what a classic, I feel like, outside of a Cheesecake Factory looks like. Kind of like the tan gold, like, color, and then like the reddish text. We're gonna go in Alabama. So Alabama's down here between Mississippi and Georgia. I'm just gonna plonk it in Montgomery. I mean, yeah. All right, we were more north. We're in Huntsville. Definitely could have done better there, but we got the right state. Okay, we got 20K, not bad. I think that I could have spent more time 5K'ing each round if I truly wanted to, but I truly did not want to. I wanted to get at least the right like state or region. So I think this is a pretty good score overall. We're gonna play this again. Okay, Cheesecake Factory. What other things do we see? Oh, that like zoomed out and zoomed in. A Sears. Low key, did Sears like permanently close down or something? Like I feel like I've not seen a Sears in years, unless this coverage is like very like old or something. 919. Or maybe they just like closed down near me. But yeah, I haven't seen Sears in forever. Okay. What am I looking for? Oh, also Cheesecake Factory. I have watched videos, I think like Keith from like the Try Guys, he eats like every item from Cheesecake Factory, and I'm like, that is there are so many items on the menu, so it's very impressive how he took so much time and tried all the different items, because you do not understand, if you've not been there before, how many items are on this menu. Like, they have everything. They have like pasta, they have, you know, burgers, they have breakfast items. You can get sandwiches, you know, you can get soups, you can get salads, you can get cheesecake, of course, and other desserts. Like, there's just like every like entree, sandwich, appetizer imaginable. Didn't even talk about the appetizers. They have like an appetizer section, they have like a small bite section. It's like such a massive and expansive menu that very impressive that someone could eat all of those. I think also maybe Sir Yacht, I think he tried to eat Cheesecake Factory for like a whole week or something like that. I don't know specifically what the title of the video was, but I love watching like food challenges and stuff like that on YouTube. So I think those are two people who have eaten like a lot of items at the Cheesecake Factory in videos I've seen before. Okay. So 336 area code. Caribou Coffee. That doesn't feel like a chain I know. We're in like the parking lot of the area. I wish I could get out so I could get more info. Let me out. Let me out. Okay, we're going down like kind of like a A road now. Any signs here? Wendover Ave. Okay. Oh, we're on top of a bridge now. Okay, cool. All good. First Citizens Bank. Do I know what state we're in? Benjamin Parkway. I do not. I want to go on the main highway. I do not want to go down the exit. Okay, here there is something. Don't recognize Westover Terrace or Battleground Ave. Shopping center. That's probably where the Cheesecake Factory is, but that doesn't tell me, like, city name, state name. Wow, they just keep advertising this one street. I would like... I feel like we're moving so fast. I'd like a city name, like a route name, maybe. Okay. Join us for brunch. This is a brunch place. So this World of Beer, maybe? That part is not a brunch place. First Horizon Banking Center. Should I look for trash bins? Maybe the trash bins will have more information. Party something. Chipotle. That's the old Chipotle logo we see. Westover. Moe's Southwest Grill. Okay, here's a big sign. Walk-ins welcome. Okay. Walgreens. 35. Oops. Starbucks Lawndale. The Arc. The Arc of what? I feel like I said the Arc of some city name. Greensboro. Is that in North Carolina? Ever? For some reason? Yes. I can't believe I remembered that. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna plunk in Greensboro. I'm like, wait, no. I can do better than this, right? I can actually 5K this. Downtown Stadium. Okay. Assuming I'm even in the right city. I don't know how I remember Greensboro was there. I'm gonna look for Pembroke and Kathleen Ave. If it's like a big city name or a big street name, if it's not, I'm just gonna keep it in the middle of Greensboro, but I'm gonna like do some light scanning for Kathleen or Pembroke. Because I'm like, where would like a mall be? Maybe like somewhere over here, you know. Four Seasons Town Center. Montclair. There's so many like shopping areas and like it could be like anywhere here. Yeah, I'm just gonna plonk it in the middle of Greensboro. No, maybe not like downtown. This is like downtown Greensboro, right? Yeah, where's more like a little bit like out here? Okay, we were a little bit like northwest of like the downtown, but we got 4.976, which is an extremely good score, so I will take it. All right, round 2 of 5, Cheesecake Factory, Macy's. Ooh, it's so like, I don't know, overcast. It is very, very overcast. This feels like California to me, like LA because of the trees or something. I'm feeling like California or Florida maybe, perhaps, but more California for some reason. There's a little dinosaur gas station. Ooh, there's like a sign here. What are these blue signs on the top of the street? Magnolia La Sierra. Doesn't really help me here, but maybe that sign is like indicative of a certain city or something. Medical uniforms, tall trees. Yeah, I'm just like vibing California, but gonna keep looking. There's just so many like, stores and things around. Magnolia. I keep saying Magnolia. If I see like an In-N-Out, I feel like that's gonna be a sign that I'm like pretty close, like perhaps in California. I don't know if they have an In-N-Out in Florida. Um, Eco Lab, TJ Mart. Okay, now we're getting like, I feel like a little bit too far away from like a main road. Do I just go with my gut instinct on this one and go California? You know what? Yes, I'm gonna go with it, and we'll see how far we are. Okay, we were in California. I don't think we were technically in LA. I don't really know how far LA like extends to like its outer neighborhoods and stuff like that. We were in Riverside, but that is okay. That was a pretty good score here. Okay, classic Cheesecake Factory outside. We got like the red text. We've got like the tan gold like wall thingies, like the decor. Okay, a lot of palms again. We're in a parking lot with like a Macy's, a Forever 21, RIP Forever 21. I get it. I guess it is no longer Forever 21. It's forever not going to be a store. Orchid Drive. Did I? No, I didn't have this round. I feel like I had Magnolia. That was what I'm thinking. I'm like thinking of a different flower. I'm like, I had like a flower-based name of a street. All right, looking for information. I feel like whenever I do these videos where I'm like finding every of something, like sometimes I miss the obvious clues when I'm looking for, something like specific, but maybe I should like look for license plates and stuff like that. No front license plate here. Perfect. Kind of just like a generic white license plate. Yeah, nothing too distinctive in this parking lot. Like no, orange, Florida orange. No like dark yellow of like that New York. No like bright green. Dairy Queen. Skyline Chili. Skyline Chili. Okay. That I believe is like a Midwest thing. I think it's only in the Midwest, but maybe it's like spread. I feel like I saw a video, I think it was like Sir again, where he ate only Skyline Chili for like 3 days or 5 days or like a week or something like that. But Skyline Chili basically serves like, I think it's called like Cincinnati style chili. Where basically it's spaghetti noodles. So, like think of just like, a typical plain noodle pasta, but you dump chili on it. And by chili, I mean kind of like a tomato-based stew, sometimes with meat, sometimes with onions and beans and vegetables and things like that. But it's basically like a stew on top of a pasta, which might be like very like shocking for people who are not in the US. But yeah, that is kind of like a Midwest staple, I feel. And it's very like beloved too. Like I feel like everyone who's like from the Midwest or, has like eaten there like really, really likes it. NCH, Baker Hospital downtown. Dunkin' Donuts. Italiano. I mean, this is obviously not Ohio because of the trees. I don't know why I clicked there. I think I just saw Skyline Chili and was like, ooh, Skyline Chili, we're in Ohio. But no, trees are very much not giving. Ohio, I guess. Maybe Skyline Chili has expanded to other cities. Trees are making me think California or Florida again. Last time I went with my gut instinct and said we were in California, and we were in California, kind of near LA. This time maybe it feels like more Florida, right? Like it doesn't feel exactly like California before. Do I go with California or Florida based on the trees? Family owned. Pest control. Let me look for like one city name or something, and then if I can find it, then I will guess there. It's feeling more Florida to me for some reason. Naples. The Naples Preserve, City of Naples. There is a Naples in Florida, right? Naples. There is a Naples somewhere in Florida. Naples, we're looking, we're scanning. I'm scanning for at least the right city name, and honestly, I'm just gonna plonk it in the middle when I find it. If I find it, hopefully I do. Is it in this part? I know that there's a Naples somewhere in Florida. Hopefully I'm in the right state. I mean, there might be a Naples in like California or something too. I know there's one in Italy. So I've definitely heard that name before. Looks like I'm not finding it. I'm kind of just going to go outside of Miami and we'll see how far we are. Okay, fine. We were on the other coast, but we got 4.1. Still very good score. Got the right state with Cheesecake Factory. Okay, seems like we're near some big highway signs, so maybe this one will be quicker. Salem, Lowell. Is this Massachusetts ever? Salem, Massachusetts, I think. Peabody and Salem. Taxi. I think there's a Salem in Massachusetts. There's a big sign up here. Let me see if it has any more info. It does not. Okay. I know there's probably more than one Salem, but I know that there's one here. So I'm going to just... Oh, and Peabody. No, we're definitely here. Hold on. So let me find like a suburban area near Peabody and Salem. Maybe it's this mall. Cheesecake Factory. Hold on. I just saw Cheesecake Factory when I zoomed out. Okay, hold on. We can maybe 5K this. If this is the right Cheesecake Factory, there's entirely a possibility where there's more than one Cheesecake Factory near Peabody and Salem because it is a huge, huge chain. But we have North Shore Mall here, so I feel like that was the name of the mall, right? Yeah, North Shore Mall. I think this is it. Okay, so I'm in front of North Shore Mall. Bancroft & Co. is to my right. It's not showing on the map, but it's possible like it might have changed. We're kind of near like the crosswalk from the parking lot. Okay, so I'm like, the parking lot is here. This is like the crosswalk up. I think this might be the 5K. Whew. Okay. Whew. We were 1 meter away. Our first Cheesecake Factory 5K. I will definitely take that, especially because we've been doing not the greatest, like not getting like the right city on some of the other rounds, but love that for us. We got a Cheesecake Factory 5K. We'll take it. Let's find this last one. Okay, Cheesecake Factory. Lord and Taylor. This is a big parking lot. This is like a huge parking lot, but there's like no cars here. Okay, what are the mountains giving? Maybe like Virginia? Based on vibes. I probably should have just been saying like what my initial vibe was at the start of each round, but I kind of just like thought of it now. I'm seeing a little bit of yellow license plates, but not... Some of them are just like white. Okay, let's get out of this parking lot. Truly moving and getting out of a parking lot can sometimes be very difficult, and especially in a duel, I'm like, if I'm in a parking lot, sometimes I'm just like, all right, you gotta insta-send because it's gonna take forever. Sometimes the moving doesn't work. Sometimes I'm unable to just like navigate out. Okay, clothing bin. What is this giving? Let's go on a highway. Scanning. There is a green sign here. We love these big green signs with like the routes and the city names and stuff. Interstate. Ooh, does this say New Jersey? 08007? Something New Jersey, perhaps. Do we see a lot of like that pale yellow license plate? That feels like a New Jersey plate. Okay, hold on. Can we get a city name? Wharton. Isn't Wharton like the business school in UPenn? Wharton and Netcong. So it said New Jersey on that sign, right? What part of New Jersey? New Jersey's very big. I'm going to, well, not really compared to other states, but like, I don't really want to scan for those cities. So maybe we just look for Interstate 80. That'll help us narrow it down. Well, I see 80 right here. I'm like, Can't be too far from here, right? How big is Route 80? Does it go east-west? Ooh, Wharton's right here. Hold on. Cooking? Cooking? What was that sign we said before? It was like Wharton and some other city. Is there a Cheesecake Factory? Ooh, here. Hold on. Cooking? Cheesecake Factory we were right in front of, and then what was right beside it? Like a Lord and Taylor, but Lord and Taylor might not be there anymore, so whatever this big building is, right? Because Cheesecake Factory is in front of us, buildings to our left. How close are we in the parking lot to, like, the crosswalk? We're kind of right in front of the doors, right in front of this little crosswalk from the parking lot. Is this the parking lot? Crosswalk. What is to our right here? This is like the entrance to the mall. And then some sort of building over here. Okay. Cheesecake Factory. We're kind of right by the front door. I think this is going to be close to the 5K, if not the 5K itself. So maybe we're ending on a double 5K. Ooh, a little bit risky there. Like, we got the 5K, so I'm super excited about that, but 11 meters away is kind of far. I'm really glad we got the 5K though. I feel like if we ended on 4999, it still would have been a very good score, like extremely good, but yeah, not the 5K. 5K is a different feeling. Ending on 2 Cheesecake Factory 5Ks, so we're gonna call it a day. Thank you so much for watching this video of me finding every Cheesecake Factory in the world. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments. Also tell me if you've ever been to a Cheesecake Factory, or if you want to in the future, or if you've seen any other YouTube videos of people eating like a bunch of different menu items at Cheesecake Factory. There's just so many items, and it's so interesting to see how many things they have on their menu and what people choose to order there. So thank you so much again for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to French Vanilla, and have a great day.